What do we've got here today? Let's check it out, guys. It's a very nice custom-made wooden box. It says painting box. And as you can see, it has my logo laser engraved right onto the wood. Yeah, it was made by laser. Lasered. It was lasered. Lasered. I like this word. It has very nice smooth surface. Man, it also smells pretty good. I like that. I guess you're wondering, what is this thing? What is it for? I'm not going to tell you today, but later I will. I promise. Hey there, my mates. Welcome back to another video. Today we are diving into the world of oil painting, of course. If you're passionate about creating art with oils, if your brushes are your best friend, this video is for you. Especially targeted more towards beginners or people that aren't necessarily professionals. What I wanted to go through a few things that beginners make mistakes on quite frequently when they're starting out. Reflecting my own artistic beginnings, I've uncovered some key areas where a little extra attention could have saved me some headaches. These are the nuances that, if I mastered early on, could have accelerated my progress as a painter. Whether you are aiming to turn your passion into business or simply elevate your craft, these insights can make all the difference, believe me. So, without further ado, let's jump right into it. Tip number 1. Light it up. Back when I was starting, light was kind of mystery to me. But guess what? It's the secret sauce that makes or breaks a painting. Light calls the shots on how things look. The dance of light and shadow is absolutely everything. Light is where the magic of color harmony begins. It is an essential element of any scene or painting. Its color, temperature, direction, intensity, all these factors contribute to the formation of the overall image or painting. So, every time you dive into painting, get clear on what kind of lighting you want to use. You gotta know what type of lighting hitting your still life or portrait model. Light kinda splits up like colors do. It's either warm or cool. For example, candlelight has a warm orange tint of about 1800 kelvins, daylight on a clear day about 5000 kelvins, cool blue sky about 10,000 kelvins, etc. If you're aiming to capture and interpret reality in your art, the first step is nailing down the temperature and the color of your light source. It's all about setting the stage for your masterpiece. Light can be natural or artificial. Sunshine and clear blue skies are what we consider typical daylight, and I personally use it all the time. The sun, with its warm yellow-orange glow, serves as the primary light source, while the blue skies contributes to a cooler, softer illumination. The secondary light usually hits the subject from various angles, especially in areas with clear air at higher altitudes, where the sky takes on a bluish-violet hue, resulting in deeper and cooler shadows. When the sky is filled with clouds, the blue appears more muted. So if your scene or subject is bathed in this type of lighting, it's crucial to consider all three light sources when creating a three-dimensional object. Additionally, these shifts in temperature should be also reflected in your subject. So, what does it all mean? The light's color plus the local color dictates what needs to be mixed. For example, if your sunlight is the light source and you are painting a red apple, let's say, the local color of the apple will be somewhere in the yellow-red range. If the red apple is illuminated by northern cool light, the apple's red will be much cooler. The stronger the light source, the more they'll impact the object's local color. It's that easy. Tip number 2. Master the basic rules of shading. When I was younger and just starting out with painting, I didn't even realize one fundamental thing. The value design is the most crucial part of creating an image. I always focused first on color and not even realizing that initially value is the most important than color. This is what we call the value. It's a specific point from the grayscale. Each area on the canvas is either dark or, if you prefer, light. You can pinpoint the exact value on the grayscale based on which specific shade you are comparing, regardless of the number of gradation on the scale you are utilizing. Each and every painting is like a complex puzzle combining various artistic elements such as composition, drawing, shading, light and shadow, etc. If we strip away color, the world around us is solely defined by values, only by values. Human perception relies heavily on observing these values. Think about watching a black and white movie. Even without a color, you can easily recognize forms in the picture, thanks to the strong contrast between light and shadow. These contrasts provide ample visual information, creating a vivid illusion of three-dimensional reality for the viewer. The values present in your painting are influenced by light, which brings us back to our first tip. Distance and intensity of the light source greatly impact how the objects appear. When the light is distant, the transitions between light and shadow are more subtle, creating a soft diffused effect that imparts a tranquil atmosphere to the scene. Conversely, a close, intense light source accentuates the contrast between light and shadow, injecting drama into the composition. If you're aiming to capture reality, then get ready to dive into the art of shading. Start by mastering the play of light and shadow on the simple white sphere. This is the easiest way to learn rules of shading. For example, imagine a sphere with a beautifully curved surface. Every shift in light and shadow dances right before your eyes. The sphere has an illuminated side and the shadow side. If it is not flying in somewhere in the space and it's lying, for example, on the table, it casts a shadow on surrounding objects. The illuminated and shaded parts have a certain gradation of value, which change according to how the light falls on it. Once you've cracked shading with a sphere, you have unlocked the secret of everything else. Sure, portraits and flowers might some curveballs with their shapes, but the shading principles you grasp with the sphere, they're universal and adaptable to any scene. So, learn to shade a simple sphere and boom! You are cruising towards nailing the texture of your values. Your paintings are about to burst with awesomeness like never before, trust me. Okay, the last tip. The last mistake I see a ton of beginners make, and trust me, I've been there, is not planning out their color harmony in advance. I used to just wing it and hope for the best. But let me tell you, that is no way to go about it. The choice of centered colors greatly affects the mood or impression of the painting. Therefore, it's necessary to have a clear idea in which direction you want to go at the beginning stage of the painting. Every time, plan your color composition. The choice of certain colors greatly affects the mood of the painting. Therefore, it's necessary to have a clear idea in which direction you want to go at the beginning stage of the painting. Maybe you have been avoiding it because you think mastering color harmony is too complicated. But don't worry, it's not as terrifying as it seems. In the language of color, the color harmony creates a pleasing image to the eye, creating scenes that have meaning, balance, and order. Just as in music, where the low notes contrast with the high notes, some notes harmonize and other create dissonance. Some colors harmonize with each other and create a pleasant image, while other colors create a contrast together and are almost incompatible in color harmony. In any case, these principles can always be used for one's own purpose. There's no single correct choice of choosing the right color harmony. Some theories of color harmony are even contradictory, because the color combinations that are most aesthetically appealing depend on a person's race, gender, age, culture, etc. The good news is that there are some basic rules for color combination that are, on average, the most aesthetically pleasing and together create a pleasing visual impression. Everything kicks off with guess where? Yep, you got it. Tip number 1 again. Just like everything else, the colorful harmony starts with the light. Let me break it down for you in a simple way using the primary colors. You see that the appearance of colors is all about comparison. So, check out this picture. In the middle column, we've got the primary color basking in the cool light, contrasted with the top column under natural light. You can spot how the cool light tones down the warmth of yellow and red. They'll lose some saturation and get cool vibe. Red starts leaning towards brown and yellow hints at green. But guess what? Blue stands strong, even more saturated than under natural light. Now shift your gaze to the bottom part of the picture. Lit up by warm light, see how red ramps up, blue takes on violet tint, and the yellow edges towards the redder side of the spectrum. Think of it like a peeping through colored glass. Different filters, different color shift, different harmonies. These filters soak up certain light wavelengths, tweaking the colors. So having one light source for your model, and canvas and palette, very smart move. So now you see, light temperature messes with the color appearance. You won't see all three primary colors popping in full glory at once, under the warm or cool light. One shines and the rest either chill out or lean towards the light's hue. That's just how the real world rolls. And that's all I have for you today, guys. Hit that like button if you like this video, subscribe if you aren't already, and see you in the next video.